My name is Mehraz Rafat. First of all, thank you very much, Elon, for revolutionizing the global car industry. I knew nothing about e-cars, and as I sat into a Tesla with my daughter, we decided after 1 minute we were going to get it. In order to just make sure that we had made the right decision, we went and we tried the new BMW iCar afterwards. And my goodness, what a disappointment. And at that moment, I just realized how incredibly superior and beyond Tesla is compared to the rest of the car industry. So my question is, with the huge gap you've created, do you envision that Tesla is becoming the largest car manufacturer in the world? I see you have talked about producing 500,000 cars per year. That might even be conservative. In that light, and with the superior economics and quality of the car, how do you see the traditional car industry even surviving in the long term? Thank you.
That is the best vote of confidence I've heard in a long time. Thank you. That's kind words. I think we probably will end up making quite a lot of cars long term. The goal is not really market share for its own sake, but really that we think it's vitally important for the world to transition to sustainable transport sooner rather than later. The faster it happens, the better off the world is. And the reason we worked super hard to make the car compelling was because we had to make it a no-brainer to have an electric car. It had to be, previous electric cars had just not they've been kind of like golf carts. And it just wasn't true that electric car had to be a golf cart. We needed to show people that an electric car could in fact be the best car. And while some people are willing to buy a car that's good for the environment, even if it's worse, for most people, it just becomes a much easier thing if it also happens to be the best car, and that's why we put so much effort into trying to achieve that objective. And then we want to obviously keep doing that and keep making more electric vehicles. So. I mean, I can certainly see the potential for Tesla to be making millions of electric cars. Certainly somebody has to, because if you look at the overall car industry, globally there's about 100 million new cars made a year, and the installed fleet of cars is about 2 billion. So even if all of the new vehicle production transitioned to electric vehicles, it would take 20 years to replace the existing fleet, which is a very long time, and there would be quite a lot of bad things that would happen over that period of time. So clearly, the faster we can even get to, 10% of new cars made, the better. Not we Tesla, but the industry. I mean, it's really quite mind-boggling to think of just how much industrial infrastructure has to transition in order for the base of civilization of the world economy to go electric. We're currently at a puny 30,000 unit a year production rate, which is, I mean, that's so tiny, it's not even next to the decimal point, in terms of percentage market share. So we have to get to 100,000 cars a year just to get to 0.1%. So that's our near-term objective, getting next to the decimal point.
But I think the most important thing is, maybe to reiterate, is that the initial experience you had is the key to make that possible. So we're totally focused on making the products excellent and amazing, and that's the pathway to driving market share higher. Chasing after just high volume before the product is ready is not the right move.
So to answer your question overall, I think there's a good chance that Tesla ends up making a lot more than 500,000 cars a year. But we have a long way to go between now and then.